else are we looking
Hello
for?
everyone, you're welcome back again to Kenny's Healthy Cooking with the Saladmaster. Remember, in Saladmaster, we cook our food in a very healthy way. Meanwhile, if you're a new friend, you will highly welcome. Just click on the subscribe button and join the family of healthy eaters. And if you're a returning friend, I very much do appreciate. Thank you so much for all the support. So basically, in Saladmaster, we cook our food in a very healthy way without oil. For example, you can cook your favorite national dish with no oil. So for today, we will be cooking
Right, so here is the beans already washed. I've earlier washed these beans and I've soaked it up here in the water for a couple of hours now. If you're staying in a cold area, you can just leave it out when you've washed it. I peeled it and washed. You can check some of my previous video to see how I wash this. But if it's in a warm area, just put it in the fridge after washing it. So I've left it for about 5 hours because for your akara, you need to get it properly soaked as well. I think you need to leave it more longer compared to when you're doing your moi-moi. Check on previous videos as well to see how we do moi-moi in Saladmaster. So for today, we're going to do akara, and this is the beans already washed. Look at that, all nicely washed. The next ingredient I will be needing is my onions. I've got the onions and I've got my scotch bonnet over there, and I'll be using this blender. So all I'm going to do now is just to put some of them right in there, just like that. Alright, so I've just added a few in there. So the next thing I would like to do, just add maybe up to about there, and then I'm going to add 2 onions to that. Okay, so I've put my onions and I'm just going to add them there. Then that's my scotch bonnet. Add the scotch bonnet, and then you add just a little water, just a tiny little bit water, because you don't want it to get quite soggy. So look at that, just a little water and that will do. Can you see there? Right, so that's the water there, just a little water, so you don't want to get soggy. And then we can blend it now, very smooth. So because I've just forgot to mention this bit, because for moi-moi, for akara, you don't need anything like unlike in the moi-moi where you add your crayfish, your cubes. This one is just your onions and your pepper, no cubes. So because of that, I'm going to add a little bit of the Himalayan salt, just a little bit of the Himalayan salt. For this quantity, you need less, okay, about a 1/4 teaspoon. So just about this size, this quantity, look at that, just a tiny little bit, way less than a 1/4 teaspoon, and then just pour it there and blend all of them together. Because I don't want some remaining bits, I'm just using that to push them properly all down, just to ensure that everything is all nicely blended. So put the lid on and do a second round. So then we do close and then another round of magic blend, just to make sure it's quite smooth. Right, so that's it all there now, nicely blended. You can do this for about 2 or 3 rounds, depending if it's smooth at the second one. Otherwise, you can go for a third time. But for akara, you need to get it really, really smooth. So we're just gonna pour it up now. So there, look at that. So you need to get something as thick as that to ensure that it's all properly blended. Okay, look at that. So remember, we've already added whatever we needed to before blending. So now just give it a little stir, and then we can get it into the BadBoy. Akara in BadBoy. Right, so just stir it like that. Some people still add a bit more onions and fresh pepper, so you can add that as well if you want to. Otherwise, when you've added it before blending, that should do. But look at that, it needs to be as thick as that. Okay. So now I've preheated the BadBoy. Actually don't need to cook it at that 230, but I'm just preheating it to 230. And to know if it's ready, just do a water test. Just get a little water, sprinkle on it. When the water dances like balls, just like what you're seeing in there. Yeah, look at that. then it's all ready. Look at that. So when it's dancing like balls, it's ready to start frying your akara. Look at that. So ensure it's bouncing like ball, because when it dries off, it's not ready. But if it's bouncing like ball, like what you're seeing in there, then you're ready to go. Okay, so now get the akara, give it another stir. Meanwhile, don't forget to put this down now. So turn down the temperature to about 150, 140. Yes. Turn down the temperature between 130 to 140, depending on the size of the akara you want to make. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it for 135 temperature. Now stir your akara a bit more, just like that. Just give it a proper stir. So just mix your akara a bit more, just like that. You know, give it a proper mix. It needs to all be fluffy, and remember, then you can now start putting it there in the BadBoy. So there we go. So try not to let them touch each other, okay? I actually mistakenly allowed that one to touch, but that's it there. Look at that. Oh, looking so nice. Make sure they don't touch each other actually, because that's the best way to get it nice for you. So look at that. So we don't really need those oil to fry your akara. Look at that. We don't need them oil at all. We don't need it. Make as much as you want to, as much as you want to. There we go. So look at that now. That's the akara in there. Now the next thing you want to do on the first round, put the lid fully closed. And remember the temperature is on 135, and set the time for about between 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so like I said, depending on the size of the akara you're making. So I'm just gonna leave it for 7 minutes, and when I flip it, I'm gonna leave the lid a bit cracked. Okay, so now the time is finished now. Look at that. After the first 7 minutes, now let's have a look. Ready, steady, go. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. So now we're just going to flip the akara to the other side. Okay, now using the Saladmaster spatula, let's just flip. Look at that. Just be careful when you're doing that. Look at that. No burning. Just flip. Look at that. It's not burning at all. And that's akara. Nearly cooked. And then flip the other one. Look at that. Just flip it like that. And you can see it's not burning. Look at that. There we go. So put the lid on. I'll leave it fully closed. For another 135. 135 for 7 minutes. So what I'm doing here, I'm putting it fully closed for the first 5 minutes. So it's 7 minutes for your second round. Yep, but the first 5 minutes I'm gonna leave it fully closed, and afterwards the last 2 minutes I'm gonna leave it a little bit cracked. So for the second time as well, fully closed for 7 minutes, but the last 2 minutes out of your 7 minutes, put it a little bit cracked. Okay. Right. So here's the final look of the akara. Look at that. Oh, nicely baked in the Saladmaster no burning as well. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, nicely baked. So you can fry your akara. Look at that. Oh, looking fluffy as well. Okay. Oh, nicely fried. Actually nicely cooked for you, not fried in the Saladmaster no burning. Look at that. I actually forgot to do this final look before now, but it came out really nice, no burning at all. So look at that. So now we're just going to crack a little one of it, just for us to see how it looks inside as well. Okay, one of it. Right, so look at that. Wow, can you Look at that. So look at that. It's just the same with your normal akara. We don't need them oil. Now let's do another one. Look at that. A second one just for us to see. Wow, look at that. What else are we looking for? Look at that. So we don't need to be frying them stuff. Look at that. No oil, and it's coming out looking so well. So don't oil we use in frying akara. You don't need it in Saladmaster. Saladmaster can fry for you just like it fries the chicken. Look at that. It's fried the akara today with absolutely no oil. Look at that. And your BadBoy didn't burn as well. So come and enjoy with us. Enjoy. You